Welcome back to Lost Legacies.
A Hidden City book. I keep forgetting. What are we called?
Take two.
A Hidden City bookshop production.
Book company production.
Company production.
Not so easy, is it?
Right? Why
I'm
is it so
Sam.
hard? Why is that so hard? I'm Matt.
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Hey, if you think that's hard, try hosting the show. Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Lost Legacies. I'm joined as
A
always
Hidden
by
City book company production.
There you go.
Got it.
There you go. We
First
made
try.
it. We made it. That's what they call him. One take Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Oy, oy. Yeah. Welcome back. We're here. We're feeling fun. We're feeling great, which is pretty
Are we?
interesting considering the episode that we're going to talk about
Yeah,
today.
are we? It's Wednesday. I guess technically we're halfway done.
Yeah, we're halfway done with the week. I think today was a pretty chill day for both of us.
I took the day off yesterday though, so it's kind of
Mhm.
weird when, like, if you take off on Monday, it's fine because it's a short week. But
Yeah.
if you take off like on a Tuesday, it's
Mhm.
like, damn, I still have the majority of the week left, like on the
Yeah.
back half, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It is
It's
one of
weird.
those things. Wednesday is the sweet spot because, you take
Splits it
off
in
in the
two.
middle of the week and then you're like, oh, 2 and 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, I think like as much as I advocate for 3-day weekends, like
Hmm.
we either need to make an extra day so that we can have 3 days off, or we need to just decide Friday or Monday we're calling it and we're like that's a new weekend day. But yeah, I think
Well,
uh as much as I would like a 3-day weekend forever, I think having the weekend plus a day off in the middle of the week, I think that's the sweet spot.
I don't know. I like Mondays off.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
just
for
kind of
sure.
there's a transition period between weekend and work, you know,
Hmm.
and also like that's when I get stuff done.
Yeah.
And I don't think I could really get as much done on a Friday because that's when people do stuff, you know?
Hmm.
And it's like,
Well, yeah,
no,
everybody's trying to take off early, or they
yeah.
take the day off.
It's like,
Oh
no,
yeah,
I
we
don't
gotta
I don't want to
go.
go
We gotta go to the
as
coast.
much as I would like to have fun. Like that's my if you work a 9 to 5, it's so hard to get stuff done, like the important stuff, you know,
Yeah.
grown-up stuff, bank stuff, health stuff,
Hmm.
like loan stuff, you know, all of that stuff. Like it's you got to have some time during the week. So I'm like, I do that Mondays. But
Hmm.
when I worked at Barnes and Noble, I don't know if it was like this at all of them, but the one in LA, we'd work 4.5 days. So
Ooh, okay.
yeah, so usually at some point in your week, you had a half day. If you were lucky, it's at the end of the week. So you had a 2.5 day weekend. And I'm like, I like
Mm,
that.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess before we get into the episode, what's going on?
Nothing. Long week.
Oh.
We got a Frankenstein
Already?
trailer.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, man. Good, good.
Uh,
We still haven't really seen his face, but I'm thoroughly surprised by Jacob Elordi. I don't really know of him too much. Uh, but like the voice, that's pretty much it. We see a lot of his presence. You know, he's covered by a lot of clothes.
mhm.
But then just his voice like really kind of got that character. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is cool. This is
Yeah.
really cool. So, and I love the music they use and everything. Yeah, I'm digging
It
it.
it's so fascinating too because I feel like the trailers, because we've gotten two so far, like they haven't this is the one that's been pretty heavy on dialogue,
Hmm.
but it's all monologue because it's all from the creature.
Hmm.
Uh Whereas like the other trailer, I feel like it was kind of a little bit more story,
Mm.
driven with the dialogue it was using, but it also didn't feel like a lot. Well, I feel like what they're really selling us on is the imagery.
Hmm.
Like this is Gothic. This
Yeah.
is an opera, not
And
literally an opera, but like it's a Gothic opera, like it is bringing back that like romantic sort of
right.
Gothic to cinema.
And I don't know. It's been, you know, a long time since I read the book.
Hmm.
I'm not really seeing anything that seems to differ from the original story, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So unlike that other movie with Christian Bale, What's that one called? The
The
Bride.
The Bride, yeah, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Interesting. They
It's
kind of
very
do. It's
interesting.
like a Frankenstein. It's like Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein, but mixed with like
Like Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
that's interesting. That's a take.
Yeah.
Like, could be good. I love Christian Bale, so I'll be interested to see what he brings to it.
I mean this in the best possible way. Uh I would have middle school Sam would have been obsessed with that movie.
Right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
like there's something about it that feels angsty
Hmm.
and um like a little all over the place, but but just offbeat enough to where you're like, I'm still into this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
kind of
like
like let's make Romeo and Juliet in space. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which like I don't know. I feel like we should be getting more of that. We should be going back to doing like those things, you know, because on the one
Yeah.
hand it's like, okay, cool, like, you know, and this is an interesting duality, you know, because on the one hand, like, okay, we've got Del Toro doing this big gothic production of Frankenstein, right?
Hmm.
We also have Maggie Gyllenhaal doing this like kind of more modern day, but also feels a little bit more like jazz age, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein Bonnie and Clyde movie. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
like I'm hip to it. I can be into it.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, you've got uh this new adaptation of Wuthering Heights
Hmm.
by Emerald Fennell.
Hmm.
And it definitely feels like okay, so it's like we're either going to be like these feel like the three options, you know, it's like we're going to go back to the gothic roots, we're going to do a wacky, you know, broad kind of throwing darts at all over the genres retelling, or we're kind of going to do like a modern Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette with
Hmm.
like we're doing the classic story but we're going to have modern pop music in it.
Right. Right.
And like I don't know. I'm interested in watching all of them,
Hmm.
but it does definitely feel like this is a very interesting like niche and
Well,
that we're kind of picking at
so
now.
here's my question though about Frankenstein. Like,
Hmm.
do you think this is going more gothic, or is this just Del Toro doing Frankenstein?
I mean, the short answer is yes, it's both.
Because I think back, well, I think you're right because now I'm thinking about it. Nosferatu, very gothic,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now who directed that one?
Robert Eggers, The Lighthouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And then the next one he's doing the new werewolf, right?
Yes, yes.
Or Wolfman. Is that what it's called? Wolfman?
No, I think
No? Or just werewolf?
it might be Werewolf.
Okay. But
Because I
anyway,
think when I heard the title, I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
but
Yeah, yeah."
he's gonna use like the actual language that they spoke back then in who
Hmm.
knows what century that
Yeah,
was.
and like, and take more from like the lore of that era.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like what was the actual mindset going on back then? Yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah.
So, and I mean, look, it's Halloween time, so this isn't our Halloween episode of the week, but we're talking about Halloween stuff, spooky stuff.
True.
So I don't know. Yeah, I think that's cool. Like let's focus, let's dig into the goth, or you can do the hyper sensational realize what's her name? Fennel?
Fennel. Yeah,
Fennel?
yeah. She
Which
also did
I like that. That's
Saltburn
all
and
bird.
Promising Young Woman.
Yeah.
Which like to varying degree on all of those movies, you know, like your mileage may vary. Like
Hmm.
I enjoyed Promising Young Woman. Um
You want Saltburn?
no, I haven't seen Saltburn
Mm.
yet. Yeah. That was like when I was gonna watch it, it was like the height of the discourse. You either loved it or hated it. And I'm like,
Right, right.
I need to take a step back from that because, you know, it's like, but I do think a lot of people were making valid points about it, you know, so it's like, okay. And they were kind of lobbing the same points on Promising Young Woman. It's like, no, that
Hmm.
like that is true. So like, yeah, we'll see. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I don't know. The bride looks interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting take. I would have to watch it. I just think maybe the trailer wasn't that good, but I'm definitely like the on paper, the idea sounds great.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I'm
it
like,
sounds
this is
rad.
rad. And then the Christian Bale playing the creature, I'm like, dude, this should be crazy.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm really curious how it's played, you know, because obviously two different versions of this creature in Frankenstein and the Bride.
Mhm.
And um let's not forget Luc Besson is doing a Dracula movie as well.
I think it's already out,
I think it is too.
but it's out like overseas.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, I guess that's Gothic. It kind of looked period accurate, maybe. I don't know
Yeah.
how Gothic it goes though. Um, but yeah, I don't know. But then, you know, so we compare Christian Bale, Jacob Elordi. You know, let's see what they do with the characters. I'm curious in how Del Toro kind of, you know, writes that character.
Hmm.
Because I mean, to me, like the baseline, the bar has been set with I forgot the actor's name, but John Clare in Penny Dreadful.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think listeners, if you don't know, Penny Dreadful was like a horror series on Showtime. What, like 10 years ago at this point?
Yeah, I think so.
And what no one really knew until they started watching the first episode was that it's based off of like what time period is that?
That's like Victorian era
Victorian, like
London? Yeah.
Victorian characters. So one of the main characters revealed is Frankenstein and his creature.
Hmm.
And
Rory Kinnear is the
Rory
actor.
Kinnear plays John Clare, who's the creature.
Hmm.
My
Spoilers.
yeah. Spoilers. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But my God, what a performance.
Yeah,
But I also say it's not too much of a spoiler because it's not like he doesn't show up. Like you don't see Rory Kinnear until you meet the character. You know what I mean?
true, true, true.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, like just the way they portrayed it and they gave him so much heart. You know, I'm like, oh man, like, oh, he will leave you crying. That's my
Hmm.
favorite version of Frankenstein's monster.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. So, high bar, Del Toro and Maggie
Wow.
Gyllenhaal.
Wow. You're gonna come after Del Toro, whose whole thing is monsters, and
Yeah, no,
making
I'm
us
kind of
empathize and sympathize for the monsters.
I'm kind of excited for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of sympathizing for the monsters, I saw this it was like a meme or whatever, and it was the shot from A Shape of Water where it's the lady and the creature in the water
Oh yeah.
embracing, and it
Hmm.
says in whatever year Guillermo del Toro made The Shape of Water, a
Hmm.
movie where a woman falls in love and makes love with a fish man,
Hmm.
and it was like dot dot dot. So maybe personality and looks, or so maybe looks don't matter after all. Maybe you're just a
Hmm.
shitty person.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, that's
yeah.
good. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking incels.
It's true.
Sorry, I don't mean to be harsh on my podcast.
Too late. We
Yeah,
already
we want
are.
good vibes and positivity around here,
Not from incels.
but only for the right people.
Yeah, yeah. Only for cool people.
Only for cool people.
Yeah,
So yeah. Yeah, there's that. I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't really feel like talking about it.
true.
We
Yeah.
have our first AI actor. Uh, I'm like, oh, I don't.
Yeah, no, no. I loved Ralph Ineson's message to this AI actor, which was
Mm.
essentially fuck off.
Nice.
That's it. Like we can
Yeah.
like, SAG-AFTRA
Yeah.
is gonna put out their statement, Emily Blunt is gonna come out and like put out a statement, do all this stuff. But truly, it kind of basically boils down to no, this is what everybody was protesting about. and going on strike for last
Mm-hmm.
year,
Mm-hmm.
and now here it is,
Mm-hmm.
like in its in all of its form. And no, now is the time to say fuck off, like we're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
doing this.
And you know what? Truthfully, like with the SAG strike, I still think it ended too soon. Like
Yeah, it
the
did.
deal they ended up making just it wasn't good enough. I'm sorry. And like now it's like, well, guys, congratulations. You know, you bought yourself less than a year, you know,
Hmm.
because it's on us now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That sucks. Maybe Sean Astin is now the president of SAG. So let's see what he can do.
Yeah. Well, now that we're good and riled up, let's talk about Andor.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 8. Who are you?
Hmm.
Who are you? Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. Yeah, man.
So Tony Gilroy, that is how you write a character death. Because I've been thinking about this. I don't remember if I brought this up on the last episode or not, but
Okay.
I definitely thought of it after the Cinta death and after we recorded that episode. I think the major reason why I'm having trouble with Cinta's death and Brazos' death and this whole idea of like, what's supposed to just indicate that like anyone can die. My main problem, I figured it out, is that we don't actually see it happen.
Hmm.
If you want to kill someone off and do it in a way where it's like anyone can die at any time,
Hmm.
you have it's almost like you have to double down and do it extra carefully because it's going to come off cheap otherwise, you know? And
Hmm.
I think the way they kill off Cyril was perfect. Am I happy about it? No. I am so upset. It was a
As
great
soon as
death
it
though.
happened, I was like, "Oh, Matt's gonna be pissed."
Yeah, because like we were finally starting to see that change in him, and he's starting to realize like what he's a part of. And now I don't like it at all, but I do like how unceremonious it was, how Cassie never figures out who this guy was. Cyril just dies a nobody.
Hmm.
You know, he
Hmm.
tried so hard to be the good little soldier boy, and no, he just dies a nobody. And
Hmm.
I do like that. Okay, okay, Tony Gilroy, you could have saved it for the series finale, but I do like that. And let's be honest, that was probably the coolest action scene in this whole series where they're fighting in that cafe.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So intense. I was on the edge of my seat that whole time.
You know, jumping forward to Rogue One,
Uh-huh.
um, I think that's why that movie I think that why that movie was so effective,
Hmm.
and why all of those character deaths mattered, because it's kind of exactly what you said. Like, we're basing it all on this idea that like anybody can die. We're hoping that our favorites, or at least one of them, makes it out, of this
Yeah.
movie. But by the time you get the first death of the squad, you're like, oh, I don't think anybody's making it out. And then
Yeah.
they just keep confirming it. And it's like, yeah. And then it becomes that thing where it's like, we do see everybody die. And
Yeah.
it sucks every single time. It's a nail every single
Hmm.
time. Um, and yeah, I think, yeah, I couldn't contextualize it then, but yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like them doubling down in that movie is what they should have been doing this whole time, with like these character deaths as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Personally, you know, I I agree that it would have been nice, to have Cyril around a
Hmm.
little longer,
Hmm.
you know. Um, but there was some convention recently, I think, where both Cyril and Deidre's actors were a part of it.
Hmm.
And they were giving a talk, and they did talk about Cyril's death and like potentially turning, right?
Hmm.
And this guy, Kyle Soller, basically said that The reason why we feel so affected by Cyril's death is because he is seeing like the he's seeing his part in it. He's seeing the
Hmm.
hand in destroying this community that he's grown attached to. He truly did believe that he thought he was, uh just taking out rebels.
Yeah.
He didn't think he was destroying not just the community but the planet.
Hmm.
Uh but where his story ends is him disillusioned. So even if by the end of this season, um both Kyle and Tony Gilroy kind of agreed that like we don't necessarily think that Cyril would be ready to jump the line and be
Right.
like, nope, I'm a rebel now. Like I'm in it for the rebels and doing all
Yeah.
this stuff. And yeah, like him attacking Andor is kind of his like last desperate action of like, you're the guy that ruined my life.
Yeah.
You're the guy that ruined every bad thing that's gone wrong in my life is because of you. When in actuality, the opposite is true.
Hmm.
Cyril destroyed Andor's life, wrecked his entire world, but
Hmm.
Cassian never gave it a second thought of like, who did that? Like, who was this dude who called the order? It's like, no, like, it was just the situation. Whereas Cyril was so intricately
He doesn't even
involved.
know there's a dude, you know,
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't even think to know that there's a dude. It's like, yeah, this happened. Like, I don't know
yeah,
how, but it happened.
yeah.
Whereas Cyril is intricately involved
He
trying
thinks
to
it's all
prove
Tim's
himself.
fault.
Yeah,
Tim!
Tim. Wow, Tim catching strays still all
Good,
these years later.
deservedly.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, he died
But
how he lived.
yeah,
Stupid.
stupid. Yeah. But yeah, like
Yeah,
so yeah, so on that end I'm like because I'm not gonna lie, as effective as that death was and how I'm like, man, that's real, It's
yeah,
like from the storytelling perspective, it's like, man, it would have been nice to see Cyril maybe not completely turn to the side of the rebels,
yeah.
because let's remember like he's, still in Imperial.
Hmm.
Um but yeah, like just kind of like, you know, maybe becoming a like tentative ally,
Yeah.
potentially, something like it
Well,
would be nice to have around.
and that's kind of the thing I've talked about, both because I want a character who does flip, but also, especially with characters, I say like Cyril and Daedra, but there really are no other characters like Cyril and Daedra.
Yeah.
But the reason I bring them up is logic, you know,
Hmm.
like at some point you have to make that decision to do bad things, and you
Hmm.
justify it however you need to. But at some point you're gonna have to cross that line, and I want to see them a character who logically figures it out, like this is against what I stand for, you
Hmm.
know? And I feel like either of them would have been perfect characters because they're very, maybe not Cyril, but like Daedra's very logical,
Hmm.
And we've seen how she's been against this whole Gorman campaign from the start, but she's there to do her job, and she's just kind of like heads down. I'm not going to pay attention to it,
Hmm.
you know? So it's interesting that she's the one who survives. Uh, but but yeah, and again, I think last time we talked about this, we talked about Star Trek, the mirror universe, how the alternate universe, everyone's just bad, just for bad sake, and it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. And the reason they're able to survive is that they convince Spock, the Vulcan, the most logical person in that show, they convince him of how it's illogical just to do like these bad things, and he's kind of convinced that like he sees their point. So the episode kind of ends where like there's a little hope that Spock's gonna go out and do some good now,
Yeah.
you know? Uh yeah, which they I don't want to give Star Trek spoilers, but kind of do. He kind of becomes a good guy, you know?
Hmm.
But yeah, so it's kind of like that. I want to see the logical villain realize that illogic, yeah, in his actions, how
Hmm.
illogical his actions are, you know.
Yeah.
You know who would have been a great character to do that?
Too.
Sarge.
Yep.
The man on the ground, boots
Hmm.
on the ground, man of the people, I thought
Yeah.
the Sarge in this episode kind of reminded me of him. I'm like, this would have been interesting. Like, would this have been like our Sarge? But the one in this episode ends up dying. But I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe this would have been where he turns. Who knows? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, potentially.
We've only what, 4 episodes left?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of what really gets of course I've told you how I'm nervous about the last couple episodes, but that's kind of what really pisses me off about Cyril getting killed
Hmm.
now. It's like please, please, please double down on Deidre's character, you
Hmm.
know? Like now like two of our main antagonists is down to one, you know, focus on her. I don't care about Krennic. I don't care about this other guy who was leading the Gorman massacre. Of course, I want to see them pay, but like
Yeah.
we probably won't see that guy again.
Oh yeah.
You
I'm
know?
I'm 100% certain he's the one-off villain of the week who just came to rile
Yeah.
everything up and he's gone.
So yeah, like I like let's focus on more on Deidre, less Krennic, and even though I'm pretty sure he'll be back at least one more time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Bummer. You know, and then his Cyril's mom is crying at the end. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy, man. That's what a wild turn of events that I did not see coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, play fascist games, win fascist prizes, you know?
yeah, man. Yeah, I love is a strong word, but man, it was a damn good episode.
Hmm.
They didn't hold back. Everyone's freaking dead.
Hmm.
I like how the kid Wilman survives. Uh, the ones who survived are the ones who were screwing up earlier. So like the whole little French family of rebels, they're dead.
Yeah.
But the blonde girl who's, giving Vale attitude, she survived.
Hmm.
The guy who kills Cinta on accident, he survives. The
Hmm.
big burly guy who was part of that, he survives. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I was like, that's interesting. Okay. But yeah, dude, it's just like they should have listened to the dad, which it sucks because it's like the little boy who cried wolf, and they had already mentioned that like he keeps changing his mind, but he told him
Hmm.
he's like, it's a trap, it's a trap, and I was like, don't fall for it, man. As soon as they pull back the barriers, don't fall for it,
Yeah.
and like it's just so scary and realistic, and it just reminds me of like all the Black Lives Matter protests of where for some reason a lot of these protests like 2 days before had a bunch of piles of like bricks delivered for quote
Hmm.
unquote, as the city say, construction in the area.
Hmm.
When especially at the time and especially afterwards, they're saying there's no construction going on here. What were those bricks doing there?
Yeah.
Nothing. It was there
Yeah.
to rile up the protesters. They
Exactly.
want you to attack. They want you to be violent because then
Hmm.
they don't need permission to be violent back.
And yeah, and when you look at it from the standpoint, and when you talk to activist leaders and all that, that's 101. They're just like,
Yeah.
don't do it. Don't
Yeah.
bring anything, It's like
Don't.
everything that Vel was talking about like not having a gun, always like
Yeah.
check in, like talk to your team leaders. It's like that honestly, like
Yeah.
outside of like active rebellion, it's like that is activism 101. It's like
Yeah.
there
Don't
is a
fall
chain
for
of
it.
command. There's an order. Don't
Hmm.
fall for it. They're gonna the slightest thing, the littlest thing they're gonna look for, you know?
These people are masters at um maybe not exactly knowing the law and or knowing or caring about
Mhm.
people's rights, but they know enough and they know what they need to happen to get the results they want,
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
manipulators. Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially it's like it's all self-defense. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
They're trying to get you to strike first because then they could do whatever the hell they want to you. And
Hmm.
that's tale as old as time. That's nothing new.
And then they're going to use the media to their advantage because
Exactly.
the media is always going to be in the pocket of the people that have the controlling interest.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, we saw that firsthand in this episode too, where like you had everybody was chanting, but all of the newscasters were like hunched up and like looking around frantically, like, you
Yeah.
know, I hate the term, but that is a crisis actor if you've ever seen one.
Yeah, right, right.
Because that is their sole purpose, is to not their purpose isn't to rile up the crowd. They are to convince the people watching at home, the people
Hmm.
watching on their phone, the people who aren't there. That's what their job is
Yeah.
to make it seem like the crowd is agitated and the crowd is violent, you
Hmm.
know, which is a tactic we're seeing even today, especially
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, man. Um, the hotel guy, the young dude, he had a grenade with him. I was like, hell yeah. That's
hell
the
yeah.
that's the everyone fights, everyone rebels in their own way, you know?
Hmm.
And I even like how he says, like, uh, all rebellions are built on hope, you know?
Hmm.
His hope just had to happen to be in the shape of a grenade.
Hmm.
He probably died in that moment because it looked like a big explosion, but who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe he got out.
Yeah.
Um,
Also interesting that that's the origin of where, Cassian gets that line, who then later on ends up giving that line to Jin
really?
in
That's
Rogue One.
not.
Yeah.
What's the kid's name? Nemec didn't say that at some point in his writing.
Well, potentially, yeah.
I thought
But
I thought he did.
did he say that?
I'd have to look because to me, when Cassian hears that, I was reminded of Nemec, and I think that he brings it up in his little manifesto.
Oh, okay, okay.
All rebellion is built on hope or something. So I think that was Cassian
Mhm.
remembering and it like kind of snapping him out of it, you know. And it's like,
Yeah, but it is that, like, that exact phrase is what the concierge tells Cass,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe they've disseminated Nemec's manifesto, already or something like.
No, I just think it was my take was that it was just random, you know. It's
Yeah.
just and
Yeah.
it reminded him of the manifesto, you know, and that kind of hammers it home to him probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, man, like damn, the whole thing is scary, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy. Um, I'm curious how Daedra's gonna take Cyril's death. You know, like because we don't really know if she knows he's dead or not at the end. We just see her reacting, but we never actually see them tell her. So
I mean, well, yeah. And then we have her reaction in like that room, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if she's reacting just to the situation itself or to finding out that Cyril's dead. It could be.
I
Um,
mean, I think it's easy to say that it's both of it. It's all of it.
well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know of her character because we've never really seen how much she cares for this guy. We've seen how much he cares for her, but like she's just been so stone cold. Like we can find out next episode that like she was a little shooken up, but she's moved on. Like I honestly don't know. And the fact that like he was terrifying her in that room and he grabs her by the neck, I was like, oh shit. Like I
Yeah.
don't think she knew he was capable of this, you
Yeah.
know? And yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it could be, but we've never really seen any love on her part. I guess you could say the twisted way she confronts his mom, you know. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one of the tricky things when it comes to a character like that who's so who's written in a way that just conceals all of their emotions, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was very nice because even then, like she was already super like starting to crack and showing emotions before the stuff with Cyril. Like we saw her processing everything that was happening, you know? And then I
Mhm.
love that scene where she has to give the order for Partagas. And I'm like, oh, damn it, dude. She's
Mhm.
like, proceed. I was like, oh, God. That was crazy. I like how Willman got to actually kick some ass, you know? It's
Yeah.
cool to see him and Cass like taking people on, you know, while a lot of the rebels were just missing. And I'm like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta practice. any way you can.
Yeah. And then it just like one, it doubly sucks. It well, it sucks because they were boxed in, and this
Yeah,
was this was exactly what the Empire wanted,
yeah,
straight up they have their own sniper take out one of their own,
yeah.
like just to agitate, just to instigate the rebels that were there.
Right,
um
right.
but it was trapped, truly a no-win scenario. And
Hmm.
then to make matters worse, they bring out the freaking droids,
Yeah.
you know
And that kind of changes everything, because it's like, oh crap.
yeah,
Like there's no fighting. Like I understand the standing up and raising your voice and possibly even fighting and dying against the enemy. But when it comes to this droid who it doesn't matter if you destroy this droid.
yeah,
This droid is gonna wipe you guys out and you'll have died for nothing. And it's just like, damn. That's when people started running, and it was by that point it was too late. I was like, oh crap. I was
yeah,
just thinking, I'm like, thank God these things don't shoot,
yeah,
because that would have been even worse. Because
yeah,
they wouldn't miss. Thank God they
yeah,
stopped using the little spinny, the little roly polies from the Phantom
yeah,
Menace.
yeah. The droidicas, yeah,
Yeah, they even had shields. Like that's the
yeah.
perfect droid.
They had shields, they could spin around, take, you line up three of them, they're
You
going to take
take
out all the
that
rebels.
droid, but you put B2 Emo's consciousness in him. Brr, Cassian, you know?
Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. You're gonna give a droid that has shields and just immense firepower
Yeah.
anxiety?
Yeah, dude, it's like the guy from Hitchhiker's Guide. What was his name?
Was it Melvin?
Melvin, is that what his name
I
was?
think it was, yeah. Hey, Melvin, say, we're alive. I know. Wretched, isn't it?
Oh man, what a
Oh
what a great
man.
character. So we got 4 episodes left.
Mhm.
What do we think's gonna happen? Where are we going here? How are we
Uh,
ending the show?
well,
Cassie needs to be leading already, you
yeah, for
know?
sure, for sure. Um, and I truly do think that like this is that moment because he saw how bad this
Yeah.
entire situation was.
Yeah.
Um,
I think this is even gonna put him more on the outs with Luthen. He's like,
100%.
you
Yeah.
have no idea what it's actually like.
Hmm.
Like I get what I you totally understand where Luthen's coming from, and like we need that pain and we need people angry to fight back. She's like,
Hmm.
but these people, they're not fighters.
Hmm.
And he's like, I can't have that, you know. Too
Like,
many innocents are dying. Like,
yeah. And just the fact that it's not enough,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
sure, like we can have boots on the ground, we can have this small cell,
Hmm.
we can be feeding them information, we can feed them guns, we can do all this stuff, but it's not enough
Yeah.
because everything that they were doing in season one was spycraft. That's Luthen. Luthen is
Right.
spycraft.
Hmm.
That is just like insurgency. That is, like we're going behind enemy lines. We're trying to do this, and that. But Gormand, the issue with Gormand was that it was already there. And it was already at the point where, because like if you compare this to like Ferrex, like, sure, like there was already an imperial presence, and yes, they already had all this stuff, but everybody on Ferrex already knew that,
Hmm.
and there were already plans in place to like make sure that we can fight back, like we can do
Yeah.
all this stuff. Ferrex was organized.
Hmm.
Gorman wasn't.
Hmm.
They were responding. They were constantly responding. They were being led on, and they were responding in kind, and
Yeah.
it just allowed for more, like
Yeah.
also it's the fact that like there was such a big presence of Imperials on Gorman.
Yeah.
If those numbers were on Ferrex, nothing would have mattered, it
I
would have been the same situation.
I wish we had got more of Cyril's story. Like what happened between him helping them and then this,
Yeah,
1 year later or however long it's been. And
yeah,
like
Yeah, I think it's been 1 year. Yeah, because like it definitely feels like obviously we have to like clue in the pieces ourselves. It's like, okay, like at some point they had to find out that he was feeding them false information,
Right. Like they knew
knowingly
he was
feeding them.
ISB. That's the only reason he was there.
Yeah, yeah, it's like they
But
knew that he was, so then it's like, okay, but you
yeah.
seem sympathetic to our cause.
Yeah.
It's like
Tss,
I I'm sorry, it feels weird that like one death of a person that none of these people knew affected them that much that they just decided like, no, we're not
right.
going to trust Cyril anymore. It's
Yeah,
like,
I don't think that was it at all.
yeah.
Like I honestly thought when he went out there and he sees them in the crowd, I thought he was gonna go like try to warn them. It's a trap, you have to get out, you
Hmm.
know? Not that they would have listened, but
Not that they would have listened, but also I think like Cyril is one of those characters is like when they're defeated, like they feel that loss. Cause you know,
yeah,
we saw that in,
yeah.
you know, third episode last season. Like
Hmm.
he got beat, he lost, people are dead, and he just
Hmm.
became so disillusioned, like or he disassociated.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing here. It's just like he sees all this chaos and bloodshed, and he's
Gen
just
Z,
like,
dude.
I don't know what to do.
Gen Z. What's this guy's
Yes.
name? What's the actor's name?
Kyle Soller,
Okay, Kyle. How do you spell the last name?
uh, Soller.
Kyle is, oh, he's 42, so he's millennial.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so not Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's interesting. I want to bring something up, not really related,
Okay.
but because this has been on my mind. I was watching this show. There's this guy on YouTube. His name is Chris Ryan. He interviews a lot of like military guys and intelligence guys, and he was talking to this guy who he's one of the ones who he basically has to green light you if you're going to become a Navy SEAL.
Mm.
And he said, and they asked him about Gen Z because now they're old enough to start becoming Navy SEALs.
Oh, interesting.
And he was the way he talked about it, man, it was so fascinating, because typically everyone always talks down about the next generation, right? Just because we don't
Yeah.
understand each other and we're different, but he was saying, he was like, these guys, man, they're a different breed. And uh he was talking about like the good things he sees is like the level of confidence, the level of confidence they come out and they bring, and it's just something to like aspire to. And you're like, wow, these guys are the
Mm.
real deal, And he goes through like this whole story of like, these guys going through the training and all that stuff. I'm like, that's cool. But then he also says, he's like, but the bad side is a lot of them, and I don't know if it has to do with helicopter parenting or what, but a lot of them can't take failure. And
Mm.
he's like, we had this one guy who he was killing it. Like he was like country boy, passing all the tests. He was a team leader. Everyone loved him. But then like one of the first challenges, the first day of like the 4 mile run, uh, he fails. And
Mm.
instantly he says, I quit. And he's like, what? No. He's like, don't say that. And he's like, it's too late. Once you say it, it's done. He's like, but the guy failed by 2 seconds. And they
Oh
asked him,
shit.
and he's like, why did you do this? Like you were killing the program. Everyone loves you and wants you here. How, why'd you quit? His response was, how can I expect everyone else to meet the standard if I can't even meet that standard myself?
Hmm.
And the guy was like, okay, I mean, I could respect that, but that's defeats the whole purpose of our program.
Yeah.
We're here to teach you that no one can succeed at everything. And in fact, it's how you respond to adversity, which really shows your true leadership.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, the second this guy fails, he just quit. He gave up. He's like, no, I'm not good enough. You know,
Mm.
I'm not good enough to meet this whatever standard he had in his head. And this recruiter trainer guy, he even said a line that I really liked. He's like, when it comes to things like this, you forget that the enemy has a vote as well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's interesting. He's like, so how you react in those moments of adversity shows the kind of leader you are. And I think that's something a lot of like Gen Z is facing right now. And I just wanted to bring that up because like that to me, that's Cyril. Like he just
Yeah.
shuts down. He's the person who shuts down. And I'm like, you know who wouldn't have shut down? Sarge.
Yeah.
I want him in a spinoff, damn it. Damn it. Come on, Tony Gilroy. Give us a spinoff. Bring him back.
uh it's interesting, and it's interesting too because like obviously like there are some characters that Tony Gilroy talked about that in that potential spinoff,
Yeah.
right, that he could see. um and yeah, I don't know, it's interesting because uh well like Denise Goth, who plays Dedra, she's heard that, and she talked about it uh at the same convention.
Hmm.
um and she was essentially saying like it's a fascinating idea, but she she doesn't think that Dedra would be in any way like an asset, you
Oh,
know.
like so like to flip. Like she doesn't think she would flip.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
like to flip, or just be like an informant.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, because very much like Cyril, like she's in this. She's born into this.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Like from an early age, like she's
Hmm.
just been bought and sold into, like this idea that the
Hmm.
Empire is the good in the universe.
Right.
Um and yeah, it's like so she's kind of too far gone
Yeah.
to even consider like, flipping to rat out other
Right.
Imperials out there. And it's like, you know what, like that is also a thing that we have to take into consideration, because we definitely see the cracks within some of these characters, right? And
Hmm.
you know, like again, saying that like Sarge's storyline would have been him turning. We have so many characters in the Star Wars universe that are characters who were Imperials
Hmm.
who then turned, to become rebels.
Yeah.
We don't see that turn for most of them,
Yeah.
maybe even any of them. Like
Hmm.
I don't know. Like I'm spotty on that, but we also do have to consider that, like, more often than not, like there are characters that are like Dedra who, who are just so far gone. Like, yes, we are deeply affected by the things that we have done,
Hmm.
but even the people who were deeply affected by the real life terrible things they've done will still touted that, like, maybe we weren't in the right, but we were following orders and we followed the order,
Yeah.
which again doesn't hold up, but that was their argument,
Exactly. And history is the history books are filled with people like that, and
Hmm.
things never go good for them.
Yeah,
It's like, no,
yeah, no,
following your orders just isn't a good enough excuse, legally or morally.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of that right now. There's a lot of stuff going on with our military that a lot of the enlisted military personnel don't agree with. And
Hmm.
you hear, did you listen to Trump's speech to the military yesterday?
Yeah.
And like, no one cheered. And he even talks about that of basically how
Hmm.
like I've never been in a room this quiet, and it's just
Hmm.
like I'm just finding
Well,
like
it was him and the Secretary of War,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pete
But like
Heatseth,
I'm
but
just there's so many
Heatseth, yeah,
examples right now of like the military doing their own little silent protesting wherever and
yeah.
however they can, and it's just like yeah, man, it sucks.
Mhm. You know what? I wish our politicians, and I wish the people in charge of this government held themselves to the same standards as that, you know,
Hmm.
uh, was it Gen Z? That Gen Zer who ended up quitting. It's like, if I can't meet the standard that I'm supposed to set for all these people, how can anybody
Yeah.
follow me? It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you want to talk about no fatties in the military? How about,
Yeah,
no
exactly.
fatties as president, all right?
Yeah.
Not to fat shame anybody,
Yeah.
I'm a husky guy myself, but like the coin flips both ways, all
Only
right?
fatties can fat shame others.
Exactly. Exactly.
And we only fat shame the president.
Exactly. Exactly.
When
If
you're that
it if
powerful,
the
you should be able to take it,
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, you're in the quote unquote most powerful position in the world. You should be able to take a few,
Yeah, if you
a
can't take
few
a lick, go
few
grab your
jabs.
shoe shine box and get the fuck out of office.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't start changing the rules so that,
Yeah.
automatically nobody can say anything mean about me. It's like, no, you know what? I would love to like I'm worried about putting this out there just in case, but like, I'm also
Oh
like, our
no.
6 listeners are gonna make this blow up,
It
and
only
this
takes
is how we
one,
get.
Sam.
It only takes one. It's like I would love to do the presidential fitness test. I would
Uh,
love to do the presidential fitness test against the president,
yeah.
and wager that the person who succeeds gets to be president.
Oh wow.
There you go.
That'd be nuts.
It's like, yeah, you have that fitness test. Like, let's not cheat. Let's do the actual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I'll
man.
embarrass myself nationally in front of everybody, but then so will the president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. This is a solid episode though. Uh probably the best, you know? Right
The-
after the one before. I'm just like, wow, like
yeah. After this one, this
so
jumped into the highest rated episode for Andor on IMDb.
so well done. And I swear to you, the music just reminded me of Dark the whole time. Just
Yeah.
very, just very long and like ominous and like
Hmm.
the buildup. It took so long for things to get violent and like the dread just got worse and worse the whole time. I was like,
Hmm.
oh my God. Uh, yeah, man.
And truly, it was this thing. It's like everybody's chanting, and like, yeah, like the music is just inducing this anxiety.
Yeah.
The second they started singing, my anxiety doubled.
I
I
was
was
like,
like,
this is it.
oh
And I kind of
no.
feel like that guy
Yeah.
knew it too.
Hmm.
You know, it's the Les Mis moment. He's like, I'm gonna start this thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh man. We didn't have any kids though. If this was Les Mis, there's supposed to be a kid who dies as well. I was like, there's no
Oh
kids on
yeah.
barricades in this episode.
Yeah.
So okay, I think for sure Bix is gonna die because there's got to be a reason
Okay.
why she's not in the movie. Um,
Well, I
and
mean,
Rogue,
there's a lot of people that aren't in the movie.
yeah, I know, and I think we're going to find out why.
Oh.
Well, I know, like again, we kind of had it spoiled by Tony Gilroy himself. But
Hmm.
granted, we're not
We are
watching this
watching this after the
way after,
fact. So
yeah.
that's on
So,
us.
yeah, I know a couple of them will survive, but Rogue One is such a Cassian story. There's got to be a
Hmm.
reason why Bix isn't there. So I think Bix is gonna die. I think Willman survives, but I think he's gonna be with that girl. They're gonna
Hmm.
have a kid, and Cassian's gonna tell him, "Hey, be there for your kid. You
Hmm.
don't want to die out here on this next mission, you know."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, oh man.
I could see that. Also, we gotta get Mon in the rebellion,
Dude, I
like,
think yeah, it's like okay, well what happens next?
yeah,
Uh
truly, like obviously this massacre has been, televised across the galaxy.
yeah.
Pretty sure Mon's gonna have something to say about it next episode
Yeah, I think
to the Senate.
she's about to become an enemy,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. She's no
And
longer a nuisance. She's gonna be a
the
threat
Gorman representative was nowhere near in this episode. I'm thinking he's going to try and blow something up.
or something.
Especially when we talked about last episode where he was like saying his goodbyes, it seemed like
Yeah, yeah,
he's going to try and assassinate someone or he's going to try and blow something up. Like I think he's going to be like on a suicide run, you
yeah.
know, even if it's just kind of on the peripheral or just like, you know, not part of the main story, like we're going to see something happen of that to that guy.
Mm, yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Oh, jeez. Yeah, and I'm just kind of curious. It again, you know, it's a victim to being canceled after 2 seasons. So it's like what's Luthen been doing this past year? Where's he at now in all of this, you know? We haven't seen him since the last time jump. So I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The last time we saw him and Cleo were leaving
The
the
party.
party.
He got
Yeah.
overweight and he's in this giant oil bath to stay moisturized.
I'm obsessed with this desert planet.
Hey, one of
This.
wonder.
Oh, you're saying Luther becomes Jabba?
No, no, no. I was thinking of the guy from
That's my
Dune.
fan fiction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was thinking of also the way the other guy talks.
Oh,
I'm just
oh, that's
I'm
right.
mixing all the characters.
Oh yeah. Who cares? That's
Yeah,
what fan fiction's for,
I'm taking a carbonite bath. Ugh. Kills all the dead skin.
Yeah. My Tatooine. My Dune. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, there's so many similarities between Star Wars and Dune. It's like, yeah. George Lucas, you're not slick. I see you. I see you.
Oh man.
Uh
So
yeah.
yeah. Well,
Hell of an episode. Well, I'm sure all our questions will be answered next episode when we talk
that's
about
right.
Andor season 2, episode 9. Welcome to the rebellion.
That's right.
In the Gorman aftermath, Mon Mothma takes a stand, and Cassian must carry out his next mission.
Yeah. Damn. Can't wait. Listeners, coming up next though on Thursday is our next actually it's not our Halloween episode. We're doing our 5-year anniversary episode with
Woo!
Dad. We haven't recorded yet.
Yeah.
Dad's scheduled to be here. So
Yes.
I don't know, unless something comes up.
You know,
He's
Dad,
gonna be here.
he's busy.
Busy guy. So
He's busy.
yeah, we're just gonna have fun, reminisce, talk about our favorite moments of the last 5 years of the show, what we
Mhm.
can remember, what we can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see. Might be some questionnaires, some trivias. Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll find out. I'll find
Who
out as
knows?
well.
Certainly neither of us.
Neither of us. Yeah. So join us on Thursday, and then next week we get back into more Andor and Halloween movies. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Do we want to tease the next movie? Do we want to say the next movie so they have time to watch it?
I mean, if you're not going to join us for the 5-year anniversary, well, you see, now we're getting all crazy in the schedule because next Monday is the next episode of Andor, and then the next Thursday we're going to be talking about Ready or Not.
Ooh.
Starring Samara Weaving and directed by Radio Silence, because I have not
Yeah.
watched it, but I loved Abigail, which was their project after that one. So
Yeah, before. Ready or Not was before Abbott.
that's what I said. Abigail came after. So
Oh, right.
yeah, so join us for that, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. I hope.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. So
Listeners, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking it out with us. We love you and appreciate you. Hit us up, hashtag Lost Legacies. We're on every platform. We'll find it. As always, you can find me on Instagram and Threads at Reel. That's REEL Texas Weirdo.
yeah, I'm on Instagram and Threads at Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch and BluSky Matthew Jimenez.
Alrighty. Until next time, everyone.
Fight
Fight the Empire.